Breaking updates now coming in. Sources have informed Times now that Mumbai Metropolitan Region Development Authority has levied a fine of around 6 crore rupees against the contractor and the consultant in connection with the pillar collapse case. My colleague Nilesh is getting us the update. Nilesh, so big fine being imposed?
Well, yes, Pratibha, it is unfortunate to see that how one individual lost his life after this gross negligence came to the fore. Now, action is being taken. At first, a high-level committee was constituted under the chairmanship of the director of MMRDA. Now, what we're picking up in total, 6 crore fine have been imposed, of which 5 crore onto the contractor and 1 crore onto the consultant of this entire structure. Meanwhile, Mumbai police officials, the Mulund police station in particularly, has registered this FIR against the contractor and the consultant under section 105, 110, 324, 35 of the BNS. But the question still remains that the action that is currently being taken, the action which is now following, could have been taken earlier. It could have been avoided. It is a painful tragedy that has struck the Yadav family members. But it is also painful to see that how it could have been easily avoided. It was a gross negligence by the consultant and the contractor, which ultimately the cost of which has to be paid by one life, which has been taken into this entire incident. The CM in its press conference also addressed that how the investigation will be done if the SOP was followed or not. And since we reported it from on ground zero, we understood that the SOP wasn't followed. And what is stopping the authorities to take immediate action against a contractor? The fine have been imposed. That is one face-saving strategy that appears to be. But will they be behind bars? And will all of those contractors who make such loose construction, will they be also be facing action? That remains one primary question that the Mumbaikars are seeking answer for.
Yes, because it's a question of accountability and whether there is no value for life. And Nilesh, you raised a very important point of negligence. What are the details of the negligence that has taken place and the action that will be taken? A life has been lost, ex gratia has been announced, yes. But there are questions that need to be answered on whether this could have been avoided. Why were not enough measures taken? What are the details of the investigation so far? In a city like Mumbai, such construction is forever ongoing. It poses a serious risk.
Yes, absolutely, Pratibha. And the city of Mumbai for nearly a decade now is under construction. It is all infrastructure that is being ready at various levels. But several times, this is not the first time that such an instance is being reported. Few months back, we reported how one individual suffered serious injuries after an iron rod penetrated through his skull. Yes, fortunately, he was saved by timely treatment. But it is an example that how we can say the cheap life of Mumbaikar is for the system. And time and again, during the monsoon season as well, we have come across various reports of how deluge resulting into open sewage resulting into loss of life. But ultimately, it seems like the system awakens after the incident happened. Could that step be not taken before any individual loses life, any individual suffer injuries? That remains one primary question. The question that is also being raised by the opposition leader, be it Aditya Thackeray, be it Swaran Sapkar, Varsa Backward, or various other leaders, are also attacking the sitting alliance partners, stating that how it is a government of the contractors. That is, for them, the contractor is the most important individual rather than being focusing onto the Mumbaikars, the taxpayers, Janta, which ultimately is suffering out of all of these gross negligence. What we're understanding that post the FIR, Mumbai Police Corps will be questioning the contractors and the consultant firm as well, will also be checking and going through their bank accounts, and various other level of investigation will be done if all of those amounts which ultimately was given to them by the MMRDA was utilized or not. Because what we saw through our naked eyes was clear gross negligence, because still certain structures seem to be appearing loose. And post this incident, yes, the streets, the road have been blocked, barricaded, but that step could have been taken earlier also. That is an SOP. That is a system that is usually followed into when a structure is being constructed. So why that wasn't in place, that remains one primary question.
Okay, all right. Nilesh, thank you for joining us with all those details.